Good afternoon, and thank you, Sudheendra and Venkat, to join us. And I wanted to do this podcast because we are doing a series of podcasts where we are talking to people established in different streams to give a sense of what are the career opportunities in different streams for freshers so that they can take an informed decision. Now, the first round we had was a generic where we were trying to guide students in terms of how they go about deciding which course to pick up for their career path and if they are finishing their studies, how should they prepare themselves for the career world. So we did that. I wanted to do this because most of the graduates, when they want to take up MBA, or nowadays even in graduation, they have there are three prominent choices in front of them. One is marketing, one is HR, and then finance. And with AI coming into picture and everybody talking about it, a lot of people are thinking that maybe marketing will lose its shine because a lot of work will be taken over by AI. And freshers are a little confused. They're not sure whether they should take up marketing now or not. But otherwise, till now, till we started hearing about AI, even if the person is wanting to do HR, they had to pick up two streams in their management, and they would certainly pick up marketing as one option. So, but it was only as an option because they had to pick an option, they were choosing it. But now I think I wanted to break this myth that, okay, marketing is still a career option, whether AI is there and how much of work AI is going to take over. So that's where I thought that I'll pick both your minds and provide some clarity to the viewers on this. So I'll try to give a brief introduction and then I would request you to also talk a little bit about yourself so that viewers get to know a little bit about you. So I'll start with Sudheendra. Sudheendra, I know him since 2004, 2003, 2004. We both worked together in a company. And Sudheendra has been on the media and media sales front since 2006 and has seen the emergence of digital media firsthand. He has worked with few startups like Firework, which is into live stream commerce, and GWalks, which is a video commerce company, and also with companies like Eenadu and MyGate as sales lead. And he has experience in selling multiple media through integrated solutions. He is also an author of the published book Secrets Unlocked and is writing his first non-fiction, Sales Tales, which dwells into often ignored or taken for granted aspects about sales. So, thank you, Sudhendra. Thank you for taking our time and joining us today. Uh, let me briefly introduce Venkat also. Venkatesh Parthasarathy, whom we address affectionately as Venkat, is a Hyderabad-based writer, blogger, and former media professional with over 3 decades of experience across industries, from pharma, healthcare to IT, publishing, and power sector. A major part of his journey was a 19-year stint with the Hindu, where he built deep expertise in advertising, sales, and brand communication. Currently, he serves as General Manager Corporate Communications at VS Lignite Power Private Limited, Hyderabad. He is a natural storyteller and people person. Venkat is also an avid reader, public speaker, quizzer, and lifelong cricket enthusiast. He has worn many hats: voice artist, radio jockey, quiz master, cricket analyst, commentator, and even ghostwriter for a celebrated international cricketer. I'm sure he'll not reveal who it is, but okay, that's a good to know. Passionate about ideas, human connections, and the power of words. Venkat often writes about life, leadership, and the art of storytelling. He believes every experience carries a lesson, and that stories, whether lived or told, are what they connect, truly connect us all. So, thank you, Venkat, for taking out time. And I would want you to both to talk a little bit about yourself and about your journey so that viewers gain something from your journey. So, Sudhendra, we'll start with you.
Sure. Perfect. Okay, so what started off as a marketing career back in 2006, I think, in Hyderabad, where I was buying for some nondescript shopping and travel website. And while dealing with vendors where I used to buy inventory, and it was an all of a sudden call from Bangalore that said, "Do you want to join us in sales?" Right. So that's what took off my sales career. Basically getting an offer like that out of the blue makes you sit up and think, saying, okay, if these guys are finding me good enough for sales, maybe I am. Probably because of the way I spoke. I really don't know what clicked in their minds at that point of time. And that's where my entire sales career took over. And in the process, right, from 2008 till 25 today, all these years, even though I have been a media sales guy, all my conversations have been with marketers. So, not have I only seen the emergence of media, but also the mindset of the people within the marketing framework, right from the seniors. So, and that's where I find it more and more interesting today, right? So, with the coming up of AI and so many aspects of marketing, how much can be human intervention? How much can be given off to AI? These questions are still sitting like a dilemma in today's age. And I think this is where we need to draw a line saying, okay, this much is AI, this is human. But I think even those lines are blurring today. So, uh, end of the day, it is humans that make the AI. And again, AI is working for the humans. I think it's a circle that'll keep going on and on without, I think, boundary definitions. And this is what I think makes it super exciting today.
Great, great. Thank you. Venkat, would you want to introduce yourself in a bit?
Yeah, hi. Unlike Sudheendra, who started his career in marketing, I was more into sales. In fact, I started my career in pharma sales very briefly, and then I moved to media ad sales, working for two of the biggest newspapers in the country. Well, over 2 decades into ad sales and part of marketing, where we did in the newspaper sphere, I moved to different industries. Briefly, I was in IT, taking care of account management, and then slowly came back to core marketing, working in healthcare and you know core advertising sectors. I also worked very closely with Andhra Pradesh and Telangana governments for their branding and marketing activities. Most of my career was in sales, but I would say that I'm more of a marketing communications guy rather than proper marketing guy. So, well, that's in a nutshell about my journey.
So, one question which nowadays, if I were to recommend marketing as a career option for youngsters who want to take up, now, what are the major role families in marketing today? For example, brand performance, product content, life cycle, marketing analytics, marketing ops, growth. Uh, which one do you think is a major one which people should look at, or do you suggest somebody to reevaluate their own skill sets and then accordingly pitch for something, or they you expect them to just go for everything first and then take some time to get specialized into something? Sudheendra, you can tell, and then I'll also pick Venkat's mind on this point.
Yep. Fair enough. I mean, I think the marketing landscape has changed over the last decade, decade and a half, especially after the advent of digital marketing and the kind of importance that it has got. No doubt it's working wonders, right? But again, every marketer has a defined role within the ecosystem. That is something that I can uh, surely say with 100% accuracy, right? There are certain specialists in the market, but again, as a fresher, if you were to look at it, right, you will have to join at some point in time, figure out what your core competencies are, right, where you're strong, where you're weak. Somebody could be really strong in analytics, so probably brand marketing might not be their core. They might not be too good at creativity,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So again, then you have performance marketing, then you have digital marketing, you have so many sides of BTL as well, print, radio, television, out of home, events, exhibitions. So while all these kinds of marketing demand their specific roles. I think today there's a lot of overlap between these. I mean, these marketing teams are talking to each other, and with the advent of data, they're trying to understand how this data can be overlapped within multiple medias. So, I mean, it's more or less like a Venn diagram, if I have to say, right? So there are some common aspects, and then you have diversifications. And over a period of time, I think even as marketers, you tend to understand, okay, this is my core competence, and this is where I want to extend my career into.
Okay. Okay. Venkat, would you like to add something there?
Yeah, going with what he said, exactly. It's more like an ecosystem where it's no more a job, various roles are performing together, like in an orchestra. You got brand marketers crafting the story, performance marketers chasing measurable growth, product marketers positioning the product in the market, content and social media teams building communities, CRM, life cycle experts, driving retention. So marketing analytics and ops people are powering behind the scenes. So it's like I said, it's more like a cohesive orchestra where each one has a performance, a role to do, and eventually the music plays out. It's a quite a different ecosystem now.
If a youngster joins in this and he starts and he picks up really well, he learns a trick of the trade in the first 6 to 12 months, what is that he can expect? I mean, in 6 months, what are the typical achievements or experiences he can expect in marketing if he's a above average person? So then you can
Uh,
start.
yeah. So first 6 or 12 months, I think I can equate to learning the tables of mathematics.
Mhm.
That's where you tend to know, okay, 1 to 10 and then 11 to 20. That's what happens in the first 6 months. Only after that you get into the more complex things. So first 6 to 12 months, I think, is the most important timeline for any fresher, because that is where they understand. I mean, coming right out of college, getting into a company for placement and getting in at the entry level, where the work culture also is such that they tend to get a small piece of the entire work schedule that there is, right? So trying to work within that, trying to break the boundaries, what else can I do, trying to ideate, showcase to the seniors, to the peers, that okay, this is what I'm capable of. These things are common within the first 6 to 12 months. After that, they fall into that corporate trap, right?
Mhm.
So they know, okay, it's better to keep quiet in a way. But again, that's where it is. I mean, try to grasp as much as you can, is what I would definitely say. Talk to people in other departments. Just because, say, suppose you are in the performance marketing team, does not mean that you can't go talk to the BTL guys, or to the TV guys, or to the brand marketers, right? Explore everything, because you're not taught all of that in college.
So would it be fair to say that, okay, in the first 6 to 12 months, you will be trying to get insights and work with all the families of marketing and then get an overall view, but let's not expect any major independent projects or any big projects in that time because this you're in a learning phase.
Exactly. You're learning, and typically you're given parts of work to be done.
True.
As a team, you have more people at your peer level than at your senior level. So obviously, work is divided, right?
Okay.
And then that's typically how that follows, right? Unless you're curious to know what the other people do, you start having conversations, and then you develop your keen interest, and that's where you start to develop after the 1 year, where you realize, okay, this is how I need to speak to some people. There are cultural adjustments also that you need to do.
True. True. Venkat, would you like to weigh in?
Yeah, see, typically not just in marketing roles, but for that matter, for a fresher in any role, the first 6 months or maybe a year, it's getting to understand the ecosystem, trying to understand various departments, various roles that an organization offers,
True.
not just within their own department or industry. Now, typically, if you are working with a marketing agency, or a brand agency, or for that matter, any even a manufacturing company in a different role, like maybe you're in a purchase or procurement department. It's imperative that they understand each of the processes that is there in that department in that organization, try to understand what all the organization does. So in this journey, it's a total extension of the learning that they bring from their college. Uh, quite frankly, it's more about learning everything, uh, trying to be like jack of all, and then slowly maybe try to master what they actually are there for. Maybe that's when they try to make an impact which is actually measurable, and maybe eventually stand out in that one role that they are envisaged or taken up.
True. So theory time is over in college time. This is practical. So we can call it an extended phase of learning for the first 6 to 12 months. Okay, good. I agree with you totally. And I also agree that not only in marketing, I think whichever role they take, the problem is most of the people have this expectation. And whenever I have interacted with freshers, they often think that okay, they will join, and within 6 months they start thinking, when will I get promoted? So it's very important to set some ground rules and expectations for them so that they are aligned with it. What are the roles in marketing that are expanding fast or which are becoming more specialized? Which roles are becoming more specialized?
I mean, from a personal front, I think I can see strategy and content, two
Okay.
things which are developing fast for two major reasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a country like India, where you have multicultural existence, right? For
Mm-hmm.
example, even a state like Karnataka, right, has North Karnataka, which is more influenced by Maharashtrians.
Yeah.
You have the north side of Bangalore, which is closer towards the Tamil Nadu border. One
Mm-hmm.
side is towards Kerala, one side
Mm-hmm.
is towards Andhra. So the Bellary side and all of that are more Andhra influenced cultures. So earlier, what we used to see is probably a Nirma ad about 20, 25 years ago with the girl spinning around, just translated to multiple languages to suit the local flavor.
True.
But now content has to be developed in accordance with the cultural ecosystem as well. Probably some slangs as well, right? The Telangana slang would not work in, say, a Vijayawada,
True.
right?
True.
So that and coupled with that, the strategy, basically how many mediums to use from a marketing perspective, right? Should there be more event-driven marketing campaigns, or will OH do the trick? Should it come on more to radio? So where to use the media, how to use the media, audience mapping, all of it, I think boils down to strategy plus content. And if somebody gets that right, it's more or less a big bang created. But unlike in previous times where one ad would be probably remembered a good 3 4 years, today that thing has come down to about maybe 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Post that, campaigns are forgotten, something else comes by.
Yeah. Yeah. Trends change really fast these days.
True.
I agree with you. So, Venkat, where is AI already embedded in day-to-day marketing? I mean, I can think of something like audience research or creative generation, A/B testing or media buying, analytics, but that is my outside view. Can you just give clarity on that?
Uh, Going along with what Sudheendra said, first and foremost, content is one thing where how much ever AI tries to give you the kind of creative content, it's not emotionally connected. Like he spoke about how we have Karnataka bordering the various other South Indian states, languages change, the emotions change. So that part, content will always stand out as something that may not be really dictated by AI, while they still are doing a lot of roles. Uh, I personally feel key, things like SEO and all in digital marketing is where that AI is going to make a lot of impact, and it's already actually doing. Most of the works are actually being done by those guys who are good at prompt on AI, and things are being delivered at much lesser time.
True.
Otherwise, mostly it's not roles like what do I call, even analysis is data analysis is also taken care by AI.
Yeah.
So yes, in marketing, more so in digital marketing, AI will have a major impact.
But one question, I mean, further to what you said, Sudheendra, earlier. See, when I'm telling my example, my practical experience, when you work on, let's say, ChatGPT, you want to frame a paragraph on something,
Mhm.
and you frame a paragraph, you give it the right inputs, and it frames, and then you tell make it little emotional or make it little this thing. It is able to do the change. Do you foresee that in near future, or maybe in future, not near future would be or possible, we can't say now, people will be able to use AI for these regional differences or the differences that you mentioned, you and Venkata mentioning, that the nuances of uh, the border regions that the states are in, and you tell the prompt accordingly and it will change the content accordingly. Do you think that happening soon?
I doubt that, not anytime soon. I mean, because even cultures change. Today, if you want AI to write you, say, a two-liner content
Hmm.
for a Zomato ad or a Swiggy ad,
Hmm.
which is targeted towards old city in
Hmm.
Hyderabad, it can't
Hmm.
do the job.
And
Right?
especially in India, where every 10 kilometers language also change, the dialect changes.
Yes. Plus, I think the major challenge here, Sashi, is the amount of floating population that's been around in multiple cities. So, I think 15, 20 years ago, you could very clearly say, okay, one area, I know these are the kind of people who live. For example, Malleshwaram in Bangalore was supposed to be a typical Kannada Brahmin area. Today,
Mhm.
it's not the case, right?
Mm.
And
Mm.
even within cities, you tend to have, you're starting to have pockets of people living.
True,
Right.
true.
So earlier, when I used to get briefs for digital marketing campaigns from multiple banks, right, it used to say targeting Hyderabad
Mhm. Mhm.
or targeting AP.
Mhm.
So the broad classification was okay, Telugu speaking audience.
Okay,
Uske
okay.
baad what? After that, there was no other demarcation. Today in Hyderabad, you have pin code level campaigns. Basically, any
True.
city you take, right?
Uh.
Because you know, okay, in Marathalli, I'll find a lot of Telugus.
Yeah.
Right? In Sarjapur Road, I'll find a mix of Tamils and Malayalis.
Mm. True, true.
So these are pockets that are growing up, and I don't think AI can do anything to cater to these kind of pockets of audiences. It has to be human. I mean, if it has to be creative, it has to be human.
Yeah. At least not in the near future. We can safely say that.
Ah, ah, ah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, not in. I don't think it should be even given out to AI. It should
True.
be dealt humanly.
I would prefer that, but if it is left to us to decide, I'm sure we would do that. What roles are most transformed? I mean, you did mention that briefly earlier. And how are the job expectations changing because of this AI?
Before I talk about what are the tasks that AI will take over, one task that the human strength will continue to have is taming the AI. So maybe like in any field, even in marketing, the prompt engineers will have to be there who will have to tame AI. So there has to be someone who has to use the AI as a tool. So that part will remain, and it's just not some random keywords. Uh, Proper marketing techniques have to be fed through those keywords to the AI. So I feel that part, the thinking part, will continue to be with humans. AI, as I said before, will take away roles that need analysis, churning out reports and all. That it's going to do it in a jiffy, what we used to do in almost a day's time. So that is going to be a challenge that AI will, pull away from the humans.
So, then you would like to add your experience here?
Uh, Not much. I think more or less it's what Venkatesh sir has just mentioned, right? Uh,
Okay, okay.
Anything which is heavy on data, AI will definitely come into the picture. But wherever there's need for creativity, that's where I think human involvement will continue to happen.
So, any specific AI tools or capabilities should every marketer try within the next quarter, as per you? I mean, currently?
Nothing that comes to my mind specifically. I'm not a very big user of AI tools, though there have been some backend tools which I use for the analytics and data, but again, they are not. I mean, I'm not a very heavy user. I think Venkatesh sir is somebody who can give you more inputs on that.
Yeah, to a large extent, I use HubSpot quite a lot.
Okay.
So, and of course, ChatGPT is there in every sphere.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, I feel amongst the tools that I literally quite regularly use, I think HubSpot is something that marketers need to keep using.
So for freshers who are entering into marketing stream, which entry level roles are more accessible and offer strong learning compounding? We'll start with you, Sudhendra, because you keep talking to a lot of students. So I
Right.
think you can guide them.
Right. I think when it comes to freshers, right, who want to get into marketing, like I mentioned previously, they should be open
Mm-hmm.
to explore, right? Because of the amount of marketing opportunities available. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, not all of them are taught in their college, right? I've
Mm-hmm.
seen a lot of curriculums today which depend heavily on digital marketing.
Mm-hmm.
While we agree that about 45% of the marketing budgets are allocated to digital, we tend to
Mm-hmm.
forget that there's another 55% that's available,
True.
right? So, why bank on digital marketing? You have so much you can do in marketing, right from even designing of a pamphlet
Mm-hmm.
is a marketing effort,
True.
right? So, that I know so many vendors who just do the designing and the printing part of it. They don't
Mm-hmm.
even look at content and any other thing. They just, okay, this color looks good, this is the pattern that looks good. And they all come from tier 2 and tier 3 towns, right? So it's not like marketing is an urban phenomenon. You have multiple
Mm-hmm.
options. I've seen so many college students who come from tier 2 and tier 3 towns to tier 1 towns to study, having paid the fees, but they kind of feel very low on confidence because of the way the others speak in their class, the command over English, if that is one thing that we can speak of, right? But that doesn't mean that they are not marketing minds in great marketing minds in any lesser way, right? So be open, look at AI that is going to shape. You can either become a prompter or you can become a creator, right? So one is, yes, look at other aspects of marketing as well. Do not focus on just digital, and you really get to know what you're good at only once you start working. That is the reason why I think a lot of colleges have internships, but unfortunately or fortunately, we know how internships are done today, right? So I would seriously advise students to get more serious on their internships.
But when you
Yeah,
look at the job board, or when you look at
Mm.
the newspapers, or when you look internally and then your clients and organization, which are the roles that are maximum in numbers in marketing?
Digital marketers, interns, social media marketers, content. These are the top ones that I see on any job portal. There are certain organizations which deal extremely with, I mean, exclusively with interns as well.
Okay.
Interns plus freshers. So these are the ones that I see on the marketing domain.
Venkat,
Google
would you like to
AdWords,
add in?
Meta.
So sorry,
uh,
sorry.
Yeah.
yeah. Just to add to what Sudhindra said, he was speaking about how even designing a flyer is a marketing activity. I just wanted to take one step before. Starting from taking the brief, that's where the young marketers, like Sudhindra very rightly said, they need to focus a little more on their internships. They're listening and grasping before trying to get into the drafting the content or designing a flyer.
Hmm.
Understanding the brief is something that exactly that's something that's not really taught in their curriculum. How to focus on listening rather than hearing, and then draft the exact, the content or the design, the color. That's again the creative part that they need to put in to fulfill the requirement of the client. Client here could be internal client, external client, or their own marketing activity. So that is something that the young students who are getting into the marketing roles need to focus on. apart from that, like we said before, focus on quite a lot of things, but stick to one or two key skills
Okay.
where they are going to be aided by AI, or they aid AI to fulfill those roles. So, like prompt engineering is one of those things.
True. True.
Can I add something here, Sashi?
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Right. I think what I've realized is over a period of time, the uh, say improvisation from the college side also lacks.
Hmm.
Right. Reason being, when they call somebody in for a guest lecture, or when they look at certain people to come and talk, monetary, non-monetary material, right? They
Hmm.
expect internships or placements. End
True.
of the day, right?
Hmm.
And we know,
Yeah.
okay, there are only a certain number of jobs that are available in the market, and
Yeah.
as an individual, me, you, or Venkat sir will have a limited network as well.
Hmm.
Right. So one, it comes from expectation. Number two, it comes from the gullibility of the students or the parents. I think when it comes to, okay, saying this is what is the course that is being offered, which will get them ready for the outside world. But again, the push towards digital marketing, like I've been saying, has been there on the college front. It's a great thing to see. This wasn't there in college curriculums 5 or 6 years ago, right?
Agree.
But I think marketing needs to be treated as marketing and not just digital marketing.
Digital marketing. Yeah, yeah. That I truly agree, and that is what I also notice nowadays. If I have joined as a fresher, and what portfolios or projects or proof of work will make me stand out if I'm new and I've joined and I'm in the organization and maybe 6 months, 1 year down the line, how do I stand out?
There's no way, as far as I'm concerned, that you can stand out by showcasing what you've done. Because
Hmm.
number one, you're not going to be given any sort of responsibility that will say, okay, this project is yours, go deliver. You'll be
Hmm.
working as a part of a team of say 8 or 10 people, probably smaller depending on the size of your organization. But again, you're going to be only doing 5, 10, 15, 20% of the actual work, right? So I don't think standing out should be the focus in the first 6 to 8 months. It's about learning, finalizing, okay, this is where I want to be, this is what I enjoy doing most, and this is where I want to focus on. Get your study materials. It's not like 20 years ago where you had to depend on books. You have so much of content online, you have videos, you can do so much. So, first 6 months to 8 months to 12 months, sometimes even I can say extended to 24 months, learn, nothing else.
So
Yeah.
I think
Learn,
it would.
learn, 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 and uh, it's quite fancy that they're not trying to showcase anything really fancy, but they need to build on what they're working on.
Mhm.
Try to create some short campaigns, write blog stories, improve their content style or their design style also. So maybe work a little more on social media strategy. Otherwise, there's nothing like standing out in the first year automatically. It's if I have to use cricketing jargon, well, you are supposed to score from the very first ball. But if it's your first innings,
Hmm.
play to the pitch, try to understand the conditions, the runs will flow.
So it would be safe to say that irrespective of whether you're in marketing or any other line, the first 6 to 12 months, whatever work you're doing, if you're in marketing or operations or wherever, you stick to basics and try to excel in what is being given to you. If you are able to do that, and if you are able to show the willingness to learn, that restlessness that I want to learn more about this and I want to be good at what I'm being given, I think that is good enough. And like you rightly said, Venkat, I think they should try to look at doing things like blogging, sharing their experiences and all this, which is going to maybe add value to them and help others also in future. So I think that would be safe to say. Okay,
Can I
good.
add something here, Sashi?
Please do.
If I may, right? What I've noticed amongst a lot of freshers, right? Forget the guest lectures, even the interns that come through, they are afraid to ask questions. I don't know why, whether this stems from the college ecosystem, where they are not encouraged to ask systems and just sit and listen, or whether they're low on confidence. If they want to learn, they have to ask questions. I mean, just like that saying, right? If you don't ask Google the right questions, it's not going to give you the right answers.
True.
Right? Wrong prompts to AI will give you wrong results. So I think that is one thing that the freshers need to work on today. Open up and ask questions. I've seen that missing in at least the last 6 or 7 years that I've been dealing with freshers.
No, some institutes, I agree. If you ask me, Sudhendra, I totally agree with you because majority of the colleges and institutions still follow a very conventional method of
Hmm.
teaching. While there are some institutes, and I wouldn't want to name anything, but all the big institutes, they are a little different. What they are doing nowadays is they are giving projects and assignments to students. They are asking them to make a presentation.
Hmm.
See, the fear in students, they want to take care of all those inhibitions by the time the college
Right.
finishes for these students. So, but yeah, still majority of the institutions, I would agree, still follow the conventional method, and hence the student has the fear that okay, it's always a one-way lecture,
Yes.
that it's being told to them and they just have to listen, write notes,
Hmm.
and appear for exams. So yeah, I agree
Just
with you.
just to add to what Sudhindra said, uh, the key thing that is missing is curiosity.
Yes.
Are the institutions killing curiosity? That's a subject that we'll tackle separately, not on this platform or on this subject that we are talking about in marketing, but across all spheres, these students who are passing out, they are lacking the curiosity. That's the reason why they're not asking those questions. They are not having uh, the spark in them to explore newer things or new ideas or new thoughts. So no curiosity, no questions.
No, I agree with you, Venkata, and that's where I was telling that most of the institutions follow a very different teaching methodology where the curiosity is killed because it's a one-way lecture. See, the whole idea, the saying that this is not a lecture, you all need to participate when you go to corporate trainings has come from here only. That you're used to that in schools and colleges, you're being told and you're supposed to listen and make
Hmm.
notes. So, to a large extent, I agree with you. Curiosity is killed there only. But thankfully, the new age institutes are changing, and I hopefully there are decades time you'll have a different breed out, which I have experienced because I have been to some campuses, I have interacted with some students, and they seem to have a lot of questions actually nowadays from those institutes.
Offline only, Sashi. If
Yeah.
you're sitting in a lecture hall with a bunch of students, I doubt if the questions are going to come. You meet them outside, they will have 1,000 questions.
That is for the normal this thing. But I'm telling when you go to these campuses, which I was
Mhm.
talking about, the new age ones, oh, they have a lot of
Yeah.
questions. So if you
Few.
plan a session for half an hour, you will be surprised that half an hour is never enough. You will end up spending 2 hours there
Yes.
because they have so many questions to ask. But yeah, majority, I would say 70 to 80% is where
Hmm.
the problem is, like you mentioned, and I totally agree on that. If a person has been working Venkat for maybe 5 to 7 years, if he's been marketing in this age, how should they reposition themselves for growth? Because there's a new breed coming in, there's AI coming, there's so many changes happening. How do they cope up and how do they reposition themselves for growth now?
Well, the keyword is upskilling
Mhm.
in every sphere. For that matter,
Mhm.
if you take the time when we started our journey in sales and marketing, we never had internet at that time. And
Mhm.
then came internet, and from print we moved to television. From television we moved to online, and now it's come to social media, and digital marketing has taken things to a next level. So
Mhm.
each time when something new is happening, it's upskilling. So not just 5 6 years, even 20 25 years of experience later also, I think whatever new is coming, adapting to new technology or new offerings in the market. I still remember somewhere in 2008 9 when Twitter came in. many people didn't take to Twitter so easily. They said, looks like some chat platform. But by the time it boomed and became a big thing, there are quite a lot of people who are still grappling with how to use Twitter for that matter. And by which time people, those early movers who adapted fast, used Twitter to market very successfully. Positioning their ads through plugins or through influencers. Somehow that early adoption is required. And for that, people need to be on the lookout for whatever is happening new, get to understand the new market dynamics, and keep upskilling in every sphere, and typically in marketing.
True, true. So, Sudheendra, anything from your side on this?
Yeah, just read. Read, keep yourself updated. Right? I mean, this not just helps in that, but also in striking great conversations. I mean, when I say read, it's not just about, say, articles or blogs or something, but also try and read others' minds. I mean, as media people, you are interacting with so many people. The sales guys who come and trying to sell something to you. Then you have your peers, you have your bosses, you have operations people, you have finance people that you're speaking to. Right? Pick their brains, read between the lines, keep yourself updated. That is the only way. If you don't read, you're lost. Even if you're 6 months behind today in your conversation, uh, you don't fit in. That's how I see it today, at least.
Yeah, yeah, true. I think that like rightly said by Venkat. That's true for all fields, not only marketing.
Yes.
But I think yeah, it's more relevant to marketing because things here with this social media, I think like Venkat said, first it was newspaper, print media, then it moved to TV, then it moved to now everything is on mobile actually, and the span of attention is very very less. Things really change really fast.
3 seconds, as per the
Yeah, yeah,
latest report.
Yeah,
exactly.
in fact, talking about those 3 seconds, early days, those 80s and 90s, a full page editorial used to be looked
Mm.
forward to.
Yeah, yeah.
And slowly, editors started saying ki the article content should not be more than 500 words. Then it became 300 words. And then it came into characters. Twitter brought it to 140 and then later 280 characters. Now it is
Yeah.
sheer characters. Maybe about 100 characters in an Insta post will have to summarize your entire marketing story or pitch. So it's brevity is the order of the day.
I know. No, so one question to both of you, and this is not from the agenda that we had, but personally, what I have seen from pandemic time, I stopped newspaper subscription because of various reasons. We all stopped. Then I restarted it. Then I stopped it recently because the newspaper is not newspaper at all nowadays. I am having a newspaper which is equivalent to a booklet. Okay, so heavy. But I think 70% was advertisements. And so people are still spending so much on this format also. I mean, in this age of mobile, social platform and everything, I was surprised that how come people are still, I mean, full page ads, one after another, one after another. On a daily basis, you have about 20 ads on a Sunday newspaper. So that
Uh,
media is still existing and it is likely to be there.
Uh, Let me address this to begin with. When there were more content in the newspapers and less ads, I remember in the early 90s,
True.
we used this catchphrase that advertisement is also information.
Hmm.
So we were like, it's just not news. Ads are also giving you news
Hmm.
about openings or products or offers. So that started building. And
Hmm.
slowly, what happened was the line between editorial and advertising slowly started disappearing. Advertorials came up and they took over the space of the editorial. Today, market conditions are such that if the print media has to survive, it has to survive purely on advertising, which has been the case from the beginning. But in the change scenario with so much of digital happening, if print has to survive, it has to have a lot of advertising. And if those full page ads, which actually are coming at a much lower price than before,
Yes.
are actually taking over those, the bundle that you see on Sundays. They're all package deals that you get over various editions or various barter deals. That
Oh, yes.
the relevance, they still are a kind of a reminder for the diminishing number of newspaper readers that they exist. Otherwise, it's still, while you scroll between reels, that you find one construction company's ad pops up,
Yeah.
or electronic showrooms offers or for Diwali, Dasara Dhamaka pops up. The newspapers are just another reminder.
So the answer to my question is, earlier the payout that print media used to get for one single page ad maybe now is equivalent to they doing full page ads to get that same kind of revenue.
Yes.
And it's turning out to be a combination as well, Sashi. If you see, look at most of the print media that is there today, right? Any traditional newspaper, they're also present online. And number one,
Hmm.
I mean, not as a website or an app, but I'm talking about them having their own Insta handles, they're having their own YouTube pages, they have
True.
their own Facebook pages.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all the deals have become combo deals today. It's never a print
Hmm.
only deal today. So uh, there is an integrated marketing team that goes out from each of these publishers that sells inventory to, or rather solution to a brand. That's okay. This is my print readership in these cities. This is the number of readers that I have, or subscriptions that I have. These are the number of people who come to my website. These are the number of people who come to my YouTube channel. So this is what I can offer you on print, on digital, this size, these many days, these many impressions. On YouTube, because you can't do anything on YouTube, it's like a lifelong thing. But again,
Hmm.
we know, okay, that YouTube piece has a life of say 15 days or 18 days, usually
Okay.
never more than that. So
Hmm.
within this YouTube, what else can I do? Can I give you an L band? Can I give your brand a mention? Can I have you as a prefix, suffix, pre-roll, mid-roll, post-roll?
Hmm.
So all these kinds of deals are getting. So that's why I think you do see some traction on print again today. But
Hmm. Hmm.
what it was pre-COVID, it's non-existent today.
True. 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 Yeah, I think we spent good amount of time on this topic but I was curious, so that's why I wanted to bring it up. If I am a mid-career marketing person and I want to grow, how do I grow and how do I tell my management that I'm ready to grow? What are the signs? What can I do to ensure that I have a strong case for my seniors to consider me?
Mid-career growth, first showcase your new skills that you have acquired, and also on the kind of strengths that you are able to showcase of the new skills. So that is something.
Yeah, look, but my whole point is, if you are in the marketing side and you are working for a brand to make its presence felt, right? Trying to push the product up or the service up, why are you not doing the same thing for yourself within an organization? I think the same tactics or the reasonings apply, right? If you want to
Hmm.
grow, you have to make your presence felt.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right? Maybe not hook or crook, but at the same time, what you do very subtly for a brand, you can do for yourself as well, right? You make your presence felt, make your opinions count, give in some new ideas, talk to more people, right? I mean, you can't be a keyboard warrior just by sending out some amazing stuff on mails. If you don't have the presentation skills in a boardroom to get that idea rolling or making a presence felt, it's not going to work.
Yeah, the couple of weeks back, I released a video. So in that, I was telling people that if you are an experienced resource, you should start building a portfolio for yourself. What have you done? What have you been up to? What have you learned? What have you achieved? So I think similar kind of thing, like you said, that if you can do it for a brand, why can't you do it for yourself? True. I think fair. I totally agree. So,
Working on a few projects which you hold very closely. Uh,
hmm,
this again, from my experience in the print, I can tell you, marketing guys need to hold on to their strengths, even if it is in their old age, old technology marketing techniques. They need to have those few projects that they hold on to and try to showcase that I'm indispensable as far this part is there. Otherwise, if it has to be new roles, then obviously new skill sets, maybe midlife AI learning will help them become better prompt engineers.
True.
Sir, 40 is the new 60, sir.
What is the new system?
From a health perspective, mindset perspective, marketing perspective, everything, I guess.
Okay. So, Sudhendra, with all this AI generated content everywhere,
Mhm.
how should marketers maintain brand consistency and originality?
Basically, I think it's about the underlying message in the thing, right? No matter how much AI you want to put it to, from my understanding, right? This is personal opinion after having worked with brands for the last 20 years, right? No matter how much AI you have, there is a moral code of conduct that a brand has for itself, saying, okay, this is the brand image that I have to maintain, right? AI can be used in performance marketing, to a certain extent content marketing, but when it comes to brand marketing, I'm not very sure how much AI is actually being used, but ideally it should not be used. So consistency comes in brand marketing. Performance may you are trying to push a person towards a sale, so there you have things like dynamic creative optimization and stuff like that, which kind of mixes and matches based on what you've done earlier, your browsing habits and everything, and a lot of data insights along with it. But when it comes to maintaining that ethics, the moral side of the brand, the integrity of the brand, the loyalty, AI should not ideally have too much of a role to play. It may, to a certain extent, but 90% should be human work.
Absolutely.
You answered all. I had two, three questions, so you clubbed
Yeah,
everything and
that's why I
answered
said
for
absolutely.
me.
He covered everything there.
I know. Anything you would want to add in, Venkat here?
Uh, just going to be repetitive, whatever he said.
Okay.
Uh, quite much the same.
Okay. So now let's come to the main meat for the youngsters who are watching this, who are looking for a career. When Venkat, when you're looking at a resume and portfolios right now, what do you look for if you're recruiting in marketing function any resource?
Are you talking about freshers or mid-level
Both.
or
You
three
can
to
tell
five
me for
years?
both freshers and mid-level both because I would want to give them some cues so that it helps them in preparing for their next move.
See, freshers, more than the resume, I would want to listen to what is their understanding of the new age concepts. So, whatever is there in the resume could be GPT generated, but
Mhm.
their understanding of whatever they've learned in the classroom is something that I would want to listen from their perspective. So, that is something that can give clear pattern about where they are headed. For people who are experienced, say about 4 to 5 years, uh, primarily I would want to see those one or two key success stories that they have to showcase, their case studies that they have to build over their career over 5 years or 10 years, whatever they have worked on and built with tangible results, obviously with uh, data and analytics. That is something that I would want to see if I'm looking for experienced candidates.
Sudhendra, from your side?
Yeah, for freshers, right? I mean, in the current scenario, with the amount of AI that is there, the resumes or the CVs are very good,
Hmm.
format to content to everything. So, from for me, what matters is okay, have they been decent,
Hmm.
right? I do not consider people who have your 9.8 CGPAs or 98%, 99%. These people I reject immediately, right? Reason is I'll get to that reason in a bit, but that's only 30% of the job. When I talk to freshers, I do not talk about marketing or I do not talk about sales, right? Because at that stage in their career, I only want to see how their communication is. And if I talk to them about anything that has been taught in college, what I will hear is what has been taught.
True. Very
I will
true.
not hear what comes from their mind,
Hmm.
right? So I talk about completely random things to a fresher. I try to understand what their communication skill is, what their thought process is, how quick are they able to judge the question that I'm asking and get back to me. I don't mind even if they take a 10-second pause before answering. I feel that is better because I know they're thinking. If they're answering immediately, it might be completely a prepared kind of an interview, right? And mid-level, it's all about work. Like predominantly, that's been my stuff. Okay, tell me how you did this. I
Mhm.
have more open-ended questions than closed-ended questions.
Mhm. So now tell us, why are you so against a top performer or top CGPA guys?
Right. What I've noticed, right from school, I have been an average guy myself,
So you
right?
are getting back at people or what?
I'm not getting at the people, but this is something that I've observed, right? People today, if you're
Mhm.
talking about, say, the people who have passed out in the last 6 or 7 years,
True.
right after COVID, then if you're looking at somebody who's gotten that 98, 99, close to percentage, right? They're not street smart,
Okay.
right? They will
That's what
get
you're
in.
trying to tell.
They
Okay.
will get in, but they will not survive. Because if they have studied so much that they're getting 98, 99%, their social life is a mess. I mean, there are a few exceptions, no
Yeah.
doubts about it.
Exceptions. I agree.
There
I agree.
always are, right?
I
But predominantly, these are guys who are bookworms, who don't know how to even behave themselves in a crowd. They don't know how it is to go up and speak to somebody. And if you're coming into a marketing role with such high marks and so much social life, or rather lack of, then there is no way you can have a decent conversation with anybody in the organization.
Okay. Okay. I get it. I get it.
I'd rather prefer backbenchers who can get the work done by hook or crook.
So Venkat, you and I have a job. There is still hope for us. That means backbenchers. Okay, good. No, I agree. I think, yeah, people who are more focused on their respective scores and they've been totally focusing on that may lack.
May,
All
may.
exceptions are there.
The
I
percentage
think.
is higher, but I will not say it's all 100%. I've seen some brilliant people who have not even studied during their MBAs but have scored very high marks and are brilliant at everything that they do, communication to body language to everything.
So, Venkat, any red flags that derail candidates even with good technical skills when you are interviewing them? You
Oh,
would want to
lots.
share something?
Yes, lots of red flags. But mm, first thing that comes to my mind is faking. Like Sudheendra said, 9.8 CGPA need not be through intellect or learning,
Yeah.
True.
could be through faking.
If you find somebody who has good technical skills and good scores, but he doesn't sound sincere, or he talks a lot, but he doesn't show any depth, is a red flag for you.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay. So, Dendra, anything you want to add on?
Storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
If they are not good at what they're speaking about, right from in terms of clarity to keeping the conversation interesting and engaged,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's a red flag for me. You won't work in either marketing or in sales. You could probably be a very great fit for IT if you have the
Mm-hmm.
right skill sets, but marketing and sales, definitely no.
I think good. I think we had a good this thing, but towards the end of it, I just want to leave the viewers with a couple of points from each of you in terms of, if I am a person who is interested in taking up marketing as a career, what are two top courses or things you would want me to learn? Venkat, will start with you. What would you recommend, which you think today any person who is interested in marketing or a serious career in marketing should pick up or should do if he's serious about something?
Uh, Prompt engineering.
Okay.
They need to tame AI. So they need to have the right tools to uh, use AI or collaborate with AI,
Mm-hmm.
because AI is not going to take their jobs. They are got to make AI do their job. So
Mm-hmm.
that is one of the key skills. but I'm looking at for the new age marketers.
Okay. Okay. Sudheendra, any newsletter, any communities, any courses that you can recommend?
Nothing in specific as such, Sashi, because the number of platforms today are huge. On LinkedIn itself, you have 1,000+ marketing platforms and belonging to different countries, right? I'm part of a few of them which are from Australia, which are from Sweden. When I see there's a marked difference in the way the content and the marketing is done,
True.
right? So there are plenty of India-specific ones as well. The entire idea is to keep yourself updated. I'm not very sure if any tools as such would help. Venkat sir, I think, has covered up most of the tools part of it. But for me, it's more qualitative than quantitative for me, right?
No, so the point that I was trying to make is, Sudhinder, like for instance, and I'm just trying to pick
Hmm.
both your minds. Like if somebody asks me today that what should I, if somebody is asking me advice for what model or what phone I should buy,
Hmm.
I generally redirect them to a site called GSM Arena. I
Right.
said, go there, you'll get everything. Somebody asked me that, okay, which car I should buy because I want to change. I
Hmm.
redirect them to Team BHP. I tell
Right.
boss, go there and you will find detailed review of each and every car. They'll just tear down every detail and show it to you.
Hmm.
Is there anything that people who are keen in marketing can go to some place where they have a lot of learning, some place where they can learn a lot?
Not one place, I think a couple of places, right? One is
Sure.
LinkedIn,
Okay.
multiple groups. Then there are websites like Exchange for Media.
Okay.
Then there is something called Agency Reporter.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
there is something called Impact 42.
Impact.
So
Yes.
these are websites that talk about what's currently happening in the market.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
might have to, if you want to go back 6 months, you will have to probably dig into their archives. But again, these are websites which have articles about their own analysis, number one. They have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of interviews, video and text interviews, where
Okay.
people are giving away what they are thinking of, why a particular campaign was done that way.
Mm-hmm.
What are the challenges they faced? How did they overcome them? What was the client brief? Did they go against the brief or did they even stick to the brief? Because if a brief
Mm-hmm.
is coming from a client and the agency is doing it word to word,
Mm-hmm.
what's the fun in it? Right?
Okay.
How did they redefine it? Did they reimagine it? Did they put in their own elements to it from
Mm-hmm.
a execution perspective, planning perspective, all of that? So there's a ton of information coming in from this, which covers content, which covers AI, which covers tech. All these websites have enough content in them that will keep you reading. I mean, these are websites that I frequently visit at least like 2, 3 times a week because if I need to strike good conversations with my clients, I need to know what's happening around.
True. True. Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
just to add to what Sudhindra said, apart from LinkedIn and the others like Exchange for Media, just one more website is a Campaign India. I think
Yeah.
Okay.
they used to come out with a a tabloid kind of a print version
Hmm.
long ago. Now
Mm-hmm.
everything is online and fabulous content there. They
Yes.
talk a lot about marketing trends, like Sudhindra said, wins, why those wins, what made them win those campaigns or the marketing strategies. So these are a few of those that we regularly follow. So I think that makes sense.
Okay, good. So now we've come towards the end, and I have a rapid fire section where I'm going to ask each of you four questions and would like to pick your mind. So, Venkat, will start with you. One role to bet on for the next 3 years.
Uh, Analytics,
Okay,
growth and analytics as a hybrid.
okay. Sudhendra.
I think AI prompters, the guy who know what to say to get the results that they want.
Okay. One AI capability every marketer must master. Is it only prompt marketing or anything else, Venkat?
Uh, we call it prompt chaining, connecting the tasks and tools together.
Okay, okay. Sudhendra.
Same thing. I had the same thing on mind.
Okay, good. One mistake to avoid in 2025, Venkat.
Okay.
25 is ending, so you can call it 26 actually.
Thankfully, the government of India is coming up with a norm where every content has to go with a tagline about AI generation. I
Mm-hmm.
think publishing content AI content without brand oversight is something that has to be seen.
Okay. Sudheendra, anything you would like to add?
Yeah, don't look back at the previous year because things have changed drastically already. That's
That,
history.
I know that holds true for everything, I think, for everybody also. Okay. Venkat, one habit that compounds career growth.
Let me get back to my pet peeve, cricket. Uh, Learn from your ducks
Okay.
and score those centuries. So reflect on what worked, what didn't. Most importantly, what didn't, and that's how you understand what you learned.
Okay. Sudheendra.
I think patience.
Okay.
People don't lack patience. This generation specifically, they are the AI generation where their prompts give answers like this.
Okay.
We were the ones who read books and understood. So that and then learning on the go, right?
Okay, good. So thank you both of you for your time. And one small request I have, that if at all any of our viewers want any guidance or something, can I ask them to reach out to you? Of course, we will be there to connect. But would you both be able to guide somebody if they are looking for some guidance on their career path for
Of course.
marketing?
In whatever best possible way, of course.
Good, great. Thank you both. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you, Sachin.
And I hope whoever watches this will gain information which is going to help them in deciding their career path. So
Thank you so much.
I'll stop the
Thanks.
recording.